So inputs like sensors. I mean, you could have analog stuff. You could have a lot of things. That's oh shit. Shit. God damn it. That was close, man. Okay, I really don't like the dog rounds. Dog rounds are not doing it for me. So yeah, you have sensors and everything, and then the outputs are like on a simple machine, you'd have a bunch of sensors as inputs, and then you'd have a bunch of valves, like air valves or hydraulic valves, as your outputs. And maybe this would be just like a simple assembly machine. You're assembling a part, a component for a vehicle or something, right? And that would be one of the most basic designs. And again, like I said, you can get way more complicated. You can get into motion control, where you have servo motors and you're controlling things, you know, much more quickly and with much more precision than just with air cylinders and air valves, etc. I wonder if I should just use... I'm going to take some of these guys out with a Thompson. I guess this is the place to run, huh? Yeah, I may as well take especially on this round 16. We'll take some of these guys out with the Thompson. Doesn't look like I'm having any problems rounding these guys up, so it should be not too bad unless I make a stupid mistake till round 30. Alright, we don't really need insta-kill. And we don't need double points. Let's go grab some Thompson. And we definitely don't need the nuke, because I want to grab some ammo. Alright. So yeah, and I'd program that stuff. I'd program the control system. So, you know, going back to a non-complex assembly machine with just inputs and outputs. You know, you'd program it, and you program a sequence of events. So you load some parts in. So you check, usually at the beginning of a machine cycle, you check, okay, you know, has the previous part been cleared? Yes. And then, okay, so has the operator, and usually you have an operator of the machine, or it could be an automated thing with a transfer system or something. But then you check, okay, so the last part has been removed, and you're checking, okay, do we have the new parts loaded in for the new assembly, for the new part? Yes, we have all the parts loaded. Okay, so then you begin the sequence of events that assembles the component together. And it could be, you know, it could be fairly complicated. Shit, I didn't want to go in the water there. I mean, it could be a complicated process where you activate a couple of valves as an initial assembly, then maybe an operator has to load something else in, and then you continue on from there. And then once the part is complete, then you check again. You're back to the start, and it's just a repetitive thing, right? So you have this program, and then it resets, and then you're done. And so I would program that, and it's pretty easy to program if you have a set methodology for doing it. Which I was pretty good at doing. I had whoa, what the hell was that? I had some good teachers to teach me how to program, and then I kind of grew that on my own. Alright, let's get some Thompson ammo here. And yeah, we still haven't been using our Wonderwaffe very much, but whatever. Let's finish them. Oh, max ammo, thank you. I was just gonna grab some more ammo just because. Alright, round 18, guys. So at this floor plan, some of the kind of the I wouldn't say funny things that happen, but one of the stupid things, and I'll try to explain this best I can, so bear with me if I don't explain it very well, but remember how I was saying that the box and cab are sort of separated. They're separated in the body shop when they first get put together. They start separated, and then before they go into the paint shop to get painted, because obviously you wanna sort of paint them at the same time, in the same color, right? So they paint the cab and the box at the same time, and I think all throughout the paint shop. They stood together. I didn't really have a whole lot to do with the paint shop. The only thing that I was responsible for was ensuring that there was a reader for the RF tags. There's a reader for the RF tags just before the vehicle goes into the paint shop, just to transfer it off. And the paint shop was kind of its own black box, so it would track the vehicles. The paint shop itself would track the vehicles, and I really didn't have to worry about it until it came out of the paint shop into final assembly. So when it comes out of the paint shop, they again separate, because the cab and box are together. They again separate them because final assembly, they do something. I mean, they got to drop the engine in the cab and everything, right? So I mean, the box doesn't really need to do all that. The box line is a lot shorter than the cab line for final assembly. But then they gotta merge them back together. So, but you got to keep track of it. You really have to keep track of it. You have to know which box to merge with which cab, and some of them, you know, they're built by sequence. There's a sequence that comes in. I'm scared of those dogs, man, to be honest. Shit. I'm like scared of these dogs, man. I'm using the Wonder Waff. Fuck that. Yeah, bitches. Huh? You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? God damn, these dogs are tough. Alright. So they had this, because some of them can get out of order, because a lot of, like, sometimes stuff is missed on a cab and they got to hold it back. They don't want to hold up the entire line, so they can remove a cab or it gets damaged. But then they have this box that there's nothing to do with. You know, what are you going to do with this box when you don't have a matching cab, right? So they got to, excuse me, they got to pull it out of order. So what we got to do when the cab and box merge again is we got to read, we got to know what the IDs are of each cab and each box, where they are, and then we merge up the right cab with the right box. I mean, you don't want you don't want to have an F-150 XL cab with a, you know, that's red with a blue XLT Lariat box, because that wouldn't look very good now, would it? So we had to track that, and what they had were these conveyors, and they're chain-driven conveyors, and every cab and every box is on. They're on like a skid, and these skids, like, they're metal skids, and they weigh quite a bit. I mean, the skids themselves probably weigh, I don't know, 100 pounds or so, maybe even more. So you can imagine what kind of weight you have with 100 pounds of skids plus the weight of a cab or the weight of a box on top of these skids riding down a chain conveyor. So what happened was, oh shit, no, I don't want to be in the water, no. So what happened one time, and this is one of the stupid things that I did this one day. Let me try and may as well bring him in here and finish them off.
Get your hands off me, bag brain.
There was a problem. There was a problem on the box line. So there was a series of, I think, six or so lanes of conveyor for the boxes and 6 for the cabs, and then we had readers going in, so we knew which cab was, you know, where the cabs were on the line as well as the boxes. So we had these conveyors, and they had stops that would allow the cab to go on this cross transfer along with the right box, so it would merge up. We're basically merging back up the cab and the right cab with the right box at that point in time. Well, what ended up happening was there was a problem, and there was a box that got onto the conveyor that wasn't supposed to be there, and it sort of got damaged. Oh, maybe it hadn't got damaged, but it wasn't supposed to be in the right spot. There was something, somebody tripped something, and it got out of order, and we had to go and move it. So what ended up happening was I was there, and I was moving, me and another guy were moving the box back along the cross-transfer conveyor, and something accidentally tripped, and another box, and these conveyors, I mean, we had probably 10 boxes on this chain conveyor in a row, like in a line, all right, per 6 lanes of conveyor. Hopefully I'm explaining it. It'd be better with a picture, but I don't have a picture, unfortunately. So a box started transferring onto this cross-transfer from one of these lanes because it got tripped accidentally. So stupid me, I jump in front of the thing trying to push back these skids, 10 boxes on skids on a chain conveyor, and there's no, the friction between the skid and the chain conveyor. I mean, it's not. It's meant to grip. It's meant to grip so it transfers the box along the conveyor. And 10 of them, you're talking probably several thousand pounds. And I was trying to hold it back. I jumped in front of it, trying to push the entire line back to prevent this box from going under the cross transfer and slamming into another box that was already on it, that was in the way. It wasn't supposed to transfer at that point in time. And I did that for probably a split second before I realized, no, you're an idiot. You're not going to be able to hold it back. Let go. Get out of the way before you kill yourself, you stupid moron. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. And the other guy that I was there with just kind of shook his head. And it's like, I don't think he really had enough time to react to what I was doing at the time. But yeah, he just kind of shook his head afterwards, like, what the hell were you thinking? I'm like, I don't know, man. I just didn't want these freaking boxes to be damaged. Because these guys, I mean, they're not nice sometimes. These guys that work at some of these assembly plants, man. I mean, the production supervisors on the line are just, at least at this time, I mean, they freak out. They freak out on each other. They got to get their numbers. And if you hold up the line for any reason, and I'll tell you about some other downtime that was my fault, but whatever. If you hold up the line, they basically scare you into, they say it's like $5,000 or $7,000 a minute that the company loses because you failed to get that vehicle. You've held up production on those vehicles, right? So, we used to call incidents. The level of the incident was based on the number of golf carts that would end up on scene. There was like one golf cart incidents, and then 2 golf cart incidences, and then when you got up to 5 golf carts, I mean, you're talking the plant manager is probably there, and that's never a good thing. If the plant manager comes to your downtime, what the fuck? Alright, well that's 23 rounds. We'll continue, I guess we'll continue. I'll have to start again. Man, what the hell am I doing with those dog rounds? I gotta find a better spot. I'm just running around with these dogs chasing me. Alright, we'll find a better spot, and we'll carry on to round 30. Alright, we'll be back.
Alright, I'm back, and did I get trolled on that dog round? What the hell, man? I don't know if that was related to the Wonderwaff? I don't know, freak. I wasn't even hurt, and then the dog hit me, and it was like game over. Like, what the hell? Alright, so here, we're back on round 23. Yes, the dog rounds are sort of different rounds. I think depending on what happens at the beginning of the game, you could have a dog round on round 5 or 6 or even 7. But then after that, I mean, it's not like Black Ops where... Hold on, I'm going to use the Wonderwaff here. It's not like Black Ops where... oh, shit. I had to get some ammo. I think the next dog round's at 25, so let's just grab some Thompson ammo.